Welcome back to Streamline Entertainment. It is Marvin speaking. We're just going to get into Darren's basically nightmare holiday, and he booked through Love Holidays, and they really let him down. Let's get straight into this.
Hey everyone, just a quick update on the holiday nightmare from yesterday. Firstly, I want to thank everyone that reached out and offered help, and people that might be able to help and stuff. I really appreciate it. People I've not spoken to for a long time also reached out. So firstly, thank you for everyone that did reach out and messages of hoping we get it sorted. The Love Holidays are an absolute joke. I'd recommend none of you ever book with them at all. I spent 425 minutes throughout yesterday, which is 7 hours, on the phone to Love Holidays on and off. They never called me back once for any issue. I had to continuously call them. We arrived at the hotel yesterday to find out that our booking hadn't been secured. That was 5 a.m. yesterday morning. We didn't get to a new hotel until midnight last night, and the hotel was an hour and a half drive away.
Jesus.
So I spent hours on the phone discussing new hotels with them. I gave them 10 different hotel options that we'd be happy to transfer to. At 2 o'clock yesterday, they agreed a hotel, Ella Excellence in Turkey. We'd agreed that's the hotel we were going to. I've been on the phone for 2.5 hours at that point with just one of the agents I'd spoken to. Then the phone got cut off and I got an email saying they're just making the payment. The payment's taking a little bit longer than expected, but we're 100% going to Ella Excellence. Like I say, that was, 2-3 o'clock yesterday. Then 3 hours went by, didn't hear nothing, called them up, they said it's still being processed. Another hour went by, called them up, they said it's still being processed. Bearing in mind at this point, we're sat in a hotel that we don't have a booking for. The hotel don't want us there. We have no use of amenities. We can't shower, we can't brush our teeth, we can't do nothing. And we've been there since 5 a.m. at this point, and we're just stuck at the hotel. And I've told them this, plus obviously my son, who's had 2 major brain surgeries, can't get over fatigued, can't get dehydrated because it's very detrimental for his condition. So we keep relaying this to them and they don't care. And then I think 8-9 o'clock last night, they tell us they're not booking Ella Excellence because the payment won't go through. And I'm like, what do you mean the payment won't go through? And they're like, no, we're not booking it. And they keep trying to send us to Granada Luxury Ballet, which we refuse because we've been there before. It's a nice hotel. But the last time we went there, I got food poisoning and so did my son. So even though it's a very nice hotel, one, we don't like to go back to hotels we've been to. And two, I don't want food poisoning again. So, and the main reason they keep trying to send us to Granada Luxury Balek is because it's £2,500 cheaper to go there than the hotel that I'd booked. And I'd give them, like I say, 10 different options of hotels that we have agreed to go to. 10 different options. Bearing in mind, we spent weeks and months researching the hotel we went to make sure it was perfect for the money we were spending, to then have minutes to try and decide on 10 other hotels, and every hotel they just kept rejecting because of money. And they kept going backwards and forwards. And the problem was, trying to book a hotel for the night that we want to stay is going to be more expensive. It's just how it is. So anyway, eventually, I think at 10 o'clock last night, they say we're sending you to the Delphin B Grand, which was one of our choices, in Lara Beach, which unfortunately is an hour and a half drive away. They said we're going to send an Uber to come and get you. So I received a text saying the Uber's coming, so we pack up and we leave the hotel that didn't want us there. We go out the front, and as soon as we get out the front, the Uber gets cancelled. And now the hotel won't let us back in the hotel. So we stood out the front on the street, wife, 2 kids, and now I'm back on the phone trying to get that sorted. And at this point, I still don't have confirmation that the new hotel's been booked. So anyway, I think I was on the phone for another half an hour, I think, stood outside trying to sort it out. In the end, we had to arrange a taxi, which cost me money, and I had to pay and got to try and claim back. an hour and a half drive to the Delphin. I think we checked in at midnight last night into a room that is nowhere near as luxurious as the room we had. We'd booked a family suite with a swim-up room at the hotel we were staying at. Now we're just in a bog standard room with 2 single beds and a double bed all in the same room. And rather than the beautiful views of looking over the beach and the pool, I am overlooking what looks like a garage roof from my balcony. So, but this hotel is very highly rated, but it's nowhere near as calm and relaxing as the hotel we had booked, and we booked that for a reason, because we all need some relaxing time. But yeah, Love Holidays are an absolute joke. They left us for, I mean, we told them, the kids and us have been awake by this point by like 43 hours with no shower, no amenities, couldn't easily get food, drink or anything. We were stuck at a hotel in the middle of nowhere, and they just did not care at all. But we are now at another hotel, and we are by the pool. We are trying to make the most of this holiday for the next 9 days that we've got here, even though it's not the hotel of our choice. It is a nice hotel, although very busy, a lot more lively than the hotel we wanted, and we don't have a great room. So when I get home, I've got to start the process of trying to get my money back and everything I've claimed. Bearing in mind, I've been on the phone to Love Holidays for 425 minutes at £3 a minute on my phone bill. My phone bill is like 1,200-1,300 quid, so not ideal, but we are here and we are going to make the best of it as a family. Deal with the rest when we finish. But thank you for everyone that reached out. Thanks for all the messages, and yeah, hopefully we'll enjoy the rest of the video. And I do have a beer, so cheers to everyone. Thanks for all your help, and see you when I get back.
Wow, that's a complete joke. That really is unbelievable. Cass says in the chat, as an ex-travel agent, please will people realise that they are not a tour operator like TUI, Jet2 or EasyJet Holidays, for example. They book everything separately using a third-party bed banks. The bed banks are dodgy. They don't actually make the bookings, or they go bust without informing. LHS always avoid online travel agents and use a proper tour operator, or most importantly, a travel agent. Wow, that is really good to know, to be honest. And that was from an ex-travel agent. I saw long ago never to book with LH. This isn't good, isn't it? I saw long ago never to book with LH. This scenario is fairly typical of how they treat people. Avoid. That's your opinion. I've always found Love Holidays great. You keep booking with robots, then haha, good luck. Hope you get properly compensated, but madness. Love Holidays don't have a ATOL or APTA protection. So basically, some of these, I went through something like that with an air flight, and what happened was it's a third-party operator. And to be honest, I don't think they've got that much insurance. I did it out of the blue because I just wanted to get away and enjoy myself. I thought, and it was cheap as well. And it was around Christmas time a couple of years ago. And to be honest with you, it was a joke. They said they can get me on this flight. And then they said that flight is full and it was direct. And they put me on a flight where I had to stop off. I couldn't believe it. And I had to pay an extra £250 or more. So what you got to do is actually go through basically an operator that has got basically a TOL and APTA protection and all the rest of it. Check out the operator first. It's very, very important that you're going to get some claim back if that plane doesn't fly, or they mess you about with the ticket. It's just unbelievable what happened to this guy. And this is obviously the taxi cost him a fortune. The time on the phone at £3 a pop a minute. That's a joke. At the end of the day, you're supposed to be going around. But like I said, you just have to be very, very careful who you actually book with, to be honest with you. I think there's another part to this as well, which I'll play. So more on Darren's obviously nightmare holiday. So we're going to go back to when he actually left to go on holiday. I do feel sorry for this guy. I must admit, it was hell, but we've all been through it.
I'm on holiday, the sun's shining, I'm in a beautiful hotel, and it couldn't be worse if it tried. Everything that's gone wrong has gone wrong. The hotel I'm in right now, haven't got my reservation. It literally went wrong from even before we decided to leave. So I checked the traffic to go to the airport early, thankfully, and realised there was a major accident on the way to the airport, and was saying 2.5, 3 hours to get to the airport for an hour-long journey. So we quickly rushed around, packed the car, picked the kids up from school early so we'd get to the airport in time. Then no more than 5 minutes into our journey, van in front of us stops moving, doesn't move. Someone else gets out of another car. Then I get out to realise that the driver is laid up the passenger seats, unconscious. I'm not sure what's wrong, potential heart attack, I'm not sure. Thankfully still breathing. So trying to deal with that. Thankfully lots of other people around. Did as much as I could. Then left. 2.5 hours to get to the airport. Thankfully got there in time. To then get to the gate. Have an hour and a half delay on the plane because the plane wasn't there and was delayed. Finally get to Antalya Airport in Turkey. Come out to get our private transfer that we'd booked. Guys nowhere to be seen. Calling. Finally get hold of someone. Turns out the guys fell asleep in his car. Another nice delay. And an hour transfer to the airport. Taxi driver gets lost. Finally get to the airport. To the hotel, finally get to the hotel, give the hotel all our details. There's one guy at the desk.
Do you know what I would have said? I said, I just want to go home. Get me out of here, Jesus, because it's just going to be a nightmare. And by the time you relax and stop being pissed off, you're off for your holiday. Do you know what I mean? That's just nuts.
It's 5 a.m. at this point.
Oh my God.
In the morning.
It's just crazy.
And the guy at the desk turns around and says, "Sorry, I can't find your booking."
Oh.
Well, here's all the details. Here's the booking number. Here's everything that I booked through Love Holidays. And he's like, "I'm sorry, sir, we don't have a booking for you. You'll have to wait until 8 o'clock when the day staff come in. They'll be able to help you further." I'm like, "Mate, it's 5:30 in the morning. My kids haven't been in bed or asleep since yesterday morning." He's like, "Well, I can give you a room for £400 for the 3 hours until 8 o'clock when you can come back. Not 400 quid for 3 hours of a hotel room that I've already paid for. I paid £6,000 to stay in this hotel." Anyway, we wait till 8 o'clock, and the staff come in to literally just tell us that, "Yeah, you don't have a booking here. Contact Love Holidays, who are absolutely useless." Multiple phone calls at £3 a minute, might add, on my phone bill for God knows how long I've been on the phone to them, to be literally no help at all, to them wanting to deal with everything just over email. So far since 5 o'clock this morning, and it's midday now here in Turkey, I've had 2 emails. One to say they're working on trying to find my booking and a solution, and then the next one to say that the booking will not be upheld and that the hotel is fully booked so that we can't stay here. So this is the hotel that I'm supposed to be staying in. This is the hotel that we booked. See, pool, slides for the kids.
Wow.
These are the rooms we were supposed to be staying in. Swim up rooms, swim up family suites that we decided to treat ourselves and the kids to as a special extra treat, a nice swim up room. And we can't stay here. And right now I'm in complete limbo. I have no idea whether we're going to be transferred to another hotel, whether they're just going to fly us home, whether we're just going to be left here. The hotel have accommodated us as much as they can, allowing us to sit in the lounge and sit on this terrace at the moment. Kids are currently inside with the wife. Kids are asleep on 2 sofas. We've all been awake for well over 30 hours now. And yeah, right now, tonight, I could be sleeping on the streets of Turkey. I could be flying home, or I could be in another hotel somewhere. We just don't know. Right now, just in complete limbo. Don't know whether we're coming or going. And yeah, what's supposed to be a nice family relaxing holiday to recharge is turned into an absolute nightmare. And yeah, couldn't be any worse. So fingers crossed something gets sorted. But right now, we don't know.
That was Darren about Love Holidays. It seems someone says that they are basically just a booking agent and not a travel agent, and I think that makes a massive difference. Is a difference, especially holiday protections. Like they was absolutely nightmare. But what they should do, after decency, to actually reimburse Darren all the money he spent in the taxi fares on his phone. That's bang out of order, because they must be doing that all the time. Some of these like booking firms that are basically, some of them, haven't got all the licenses. Once they've got your money, they just don't give a toss, to be honest with you. Jotty says, I always use Love Holidays, but always email the hotel before I leave to double check they have my booking. They are a booking agent, not a travel agent. Really hope you get it sorted. Yeah, definitely. I agree. I definitely think they should reimburse him at the end of the day. If you paid for the holiday and you expect everything to be in place and stay in that hotel, you expect to be there. But what I've learned is just always do your ground checks and check everything thoroughly before you travel, even before you spend your money. I've booked my holiday with them. I'll be doing this to check the hotel is booked. Thanks for the idea. Horrendous for this family, though. Hopefully they get sorted. It sounds like a nightmare. Every stage, something went wrong. Been using them for 10 years and never had a problem. Last year, my daughter was assaulted by another hotel guest. We flew home 48 hours after we arrived. Hotel agreed a refund. Love Holiday dealt with the refund efficiently, and we're very apologetic. Sometimes it depends on the time who you deal with, but yes, always confirm the booking yourself, include transfers, and then before you leave, it is in place. Yeah, I agree, but like I said, once you've paid, you expect everything to run smoothly, especially the kind of money. The exact happened to my brother and his girlfriend 3 weeks ago going to Turkey. Got to the hotel late at night and it wasn't confirmed booked from the Love Holidays. They had to pay £400 a night until it got sorted out the next day. Disgrace. We'll never book with Love Holidays. But did they get reimbursed? This is the big question. That's absolutely nuts. So you go on holiday to relax, you've paid, and then you've got to pay again. I would have been really, really pissed off. Funny that maybe it's not LH and it's fact the hotel who overbooked and are lying. That's a possibility. Found out it was different hotel but around the same place. Must be LH's issue. Terrible start to holiday. Not down to Love Holiday. But you get that with flights. They overbook flights at the end of the day. But I had the same thing. I was basically, where was I going? I think Philippines I was going. And then stopped off at Turkey. But like I said, the Turkey Airways had overbooked flights, but then they put you up to a hotel. But they still accept your money, knowing that you're going to get there a day late. It's a complete joke. I decided in 2016 to remove my passport expired 2000 without pawns and corruption. As soon as you step inside an airport, I've discovered so much at home in Scotland by staying and discovered my own country is the best of all. I've been to it and took me half a century to discover that. Caravan holes are the best. Hopefully it goes okay for you. That's funny, Carol. That's brilliant. I assume you booked Love Holidays because it was cheaper than a real travel agent with APTA membership. I will never understand this, but I hope you get it sorted and lesson learned. Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't say £6,000 is a cheap holiday. Definitely not. Let me know what you think, people. There is basically, I think there's a part 3 and 4 to this as well, but I will put that out there tomorrow. But like I said, I hope they reimburse you, because like I said, they should give you something. But also it depends on your insurance and their insurance as well. But like I said, like a lot of people have said, £6 is not a cheap holiday. And to go into a hotel which you paid for, and they say, oh, we can give you a room for £400 a night, it'll be no thank you, F off. I've booked a room at the end of the day. But at least he did try to stand his ground, and let's hope that he will get some reimbursement. I'll keep an eye on this to see what he has said recently. Thank you very much indeed. Don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Entertainment.